Welcome to this video on modernizing forms to Apex. This video is looking at blocks and how they relate to Apex regions. So we have two types of blocks. We have the ones which are database blocks, such as this one, which is associated with a specific table. And then we've got ones which are not database blocks for holding various different information. And within each block, we have various items, and we can also have things like triggers. So let's just open up these ones, and you'll see that there's a number of items, and in fact if we have a look at each one of those, we'll see that they're on different canvases. This one's on the customer tab. If we go down to the zip code, you'll see it's on the address tab. So now let's go across and have a look at the comparable type of things within Apex. So I'm just going to go over to my browser. And for this first one, I'm actually going to use Apex 19.1, which is actually available currently in early adopter, but should be released shortly. And I'm just going to create a simple little application, and I'll call it modules. And I'm just going to do a report and a form on customers. I'm just going to use a demo customers table, and I'll include the form. And let's just go ahead and create this application. So now if we have a look at page 2 here, this is a report page. And if I click on the region itself, very similar to a block, you'll see that it's associated with a table. If we choose, we can actually change that to be a SQL query or PL SQL function body returning a SQL query. We can also change it from using a table in the local database to using remote database using REST enabled SQL, or in fact a web source whereby we define a REST API and then use that as the basis for the report. We're just going to leave this as it is, and we'll just run the page. And I've got an edit icon here. I can drill down into a particular record. And now let's go and have a look at this page. And much like with forms, if we have a look at the demo customer, again, we've got it being based on a table. We can see our representation or the layout type of editor here. We can select on a particular item here and then go and have a look at the details. It's telling us which column in the table it's being utilized, what data type it is. If we go back and have a look at the existing release in 18.2, I've already generated an application, and if we have a look, you'll see that it's not associated with a table. Instead, it's actually doing a fetch process here, which is where you tie the table in, and then you also have a process here which does the processing of the table that you've got selected based on the primary key, in this case P3 ID. So there's a few differences in how forms are generated today with Apex 18.2 and earlier, but with 19.1 it's a lot closer in the way that the different regions or forms blocks are defined. One thing with Apex as well is you can also define a page 0. If we have a look, we have a page 0 here, and we can also put regions on this page 0. Any regions that are in here will actually show up on every single page within the application, but you can easily add conditions to that so that it only shows up on selected pages as necessary. Thank you very much for watching this day. Goodbye.